Alright guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to make a good chili verde. What I got here is I've got some roasted chilies. You can pick those up, or you can actually roast them yourself. You can pick them up from like a farmer's market. Most farmer's markets will roast them for you, or you can put them on your grill yourself. Just cook them until they're completely black, and then throw them underneath cold water, and then just peel them. And just get most of the peel off. You can see some of the peels here, but I picked these ones up from a little farmer's market. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chilies in here, and then I have habanero. I'll probably only just put one of those in there because those are probably going to be super hot. And then I have a jalapeno. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to fill this up here all the way to the top with some water, and then I'm going to put all the chilies inside here. So I'm going to make some Spanish rice also. I'm going to probably fry some fried potato, and then wrap that in a tortilla, and then pour some of this chili over it. I'm going to do this meatless, so there's not going to be any meat. Just some rice and some tortillas with some potatoes, fried potato in it. So I'll show you guys what I'm going to do here. So let's get started, and let's fill this up with water. Okay, so I went ahead and filled this up with water. What we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and take the chili, and we're just going to pour them in here. Okay, this is going to be spicy because we like it spicy here. All I'm going to do is I'm going to take this jalapeno, I'm just going to break it in half. So I'm going to go with a half of one, probably the bigger part of it. And I'm just going to take this, and I'm just going to throw it in there also. I'm going to take one of these habanero chilies, and I'm going to just take the stem off of it, and I'm going to throw this in there. So I'm going to go with one now. I might add the rest of it later. We'll see. So let's just go ahead, take this, and we are going to blend this up. If you blend it, you can blend it to where you can make it kind of stringy if you like it stringy. Usually I just like to blend it all the way down. If you just do a light blend on it, you can make it stringy. Like you can get it like this. If you do that like that, you can have it where it's kind of stringy and has chunks and stuff in it. I usually like to just blend it all the way up. Leave it on here for a second. So what I'm going to do, you can see that this is green, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of tomato. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of this Mexican tomato, stewed tomato. So I'll show you that here in just a second. I'm going to show you what I do. What I do is I pull some of the tomato out of it, and I take it, and I take about a handful of the tomato, and I just squeeze all the juice out of it, then I drop it in here. You can see that this is a green chili. You can turn this red by putting the tomato into it, or you can keep it green if you don't put too much of the tomato in it. But you can do red chili and the green chili are basically the same thing. It's just adding the tomato, more of the tomato. So this is the green right now without the tomato. So hold on for just a minute, and I like to add tomato into mine. Okay, so I've got the Mexican style stewed tomatoes right here. This is the Mexican style stewed tomato. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a handful of it, and I'm going to squeeze all the juice out of it. I pretty much just want the tomato part of it. I don't really want the juice part of it. So just make a ball of it and squeeze it all out. And then I'm just going to drop the tomato ball in here. Now, you can see that it's green. It's going to probably change it to a little red or kind of a brown. Blend it up some more. Now if I was going to change this to all the way red and have a red chili, you could just add more of the red and it would change it red. But I'm going to keep it green. It's going to be a green chili. It's not so much green, it's kind of a brownish, but this is still green. So I like to have a little bit of, I like to have it always blended up. I don't really want any of the chunks in it. Alright, so I'll show you guys the next step here. Okay, so all we're going to do now is we're just going to pour this into a pan. You can see that it's taking on more of a brownish look now since we put that red in there, the tomato. Just going to pour this into the pot now, and then we're going to go put it onto the stove here. And if you want to thicken this up, all we're going to do is add some flour into it, and I'll show you a trick what I usually use to thicken it up. I don't want it to be quite this runny, I want it to be thick, kind of like a thicker chili, so when we pour it over the tortillas and the rice, it's not just all runny. Alright guys, so I'm going to show you just like a little trick that I use for thickening up my sauces if I want to thicken it up. What I usually do is I just take the flour before, you can take it over to your pan and you can sift like some flour in there, but a lot of times if you don't do it right, you're going to have chunks of flour, and that's the last thing you want to do is be biting into something and getting a bite of flour, and you know, you don't want that. So what I do is I just take however much flour I'm going to do. I'm going to take a couple of spoonfuls for now because I like it thick, and just put it in just any jar. I'm going to do like 4 spoonfuls of it, because I'm going to have mine thicker. And I'm just going to take some water. Fill it up. And see how I got the jar full here? And I'm just going to shake it up. Shake it up real good so that there's no chunks and stuff in there. Okay, so there's that, and I'm going to show you one other thing I do too. Let me grab a strainer. Okay, shaking up the white flour with the water, of course. Shake it up a little bit more, but then I strain it so I make sure I don't have any chunks in there. So there's that. Looks like it got pretty much everything. Really no white chunks in there. A few little chunks in there, but it captured all of those. So pretty confident that that's going to be good. So what I'll do is I'll just pour it into the pan. Which this is already warming up, it's already steaming. Just pour it in there like that. Excuse me, stir it up. And now you can see it's got kind of a brownish look to it. But I can already tell it's a lot thicker. So you guys, I will show you here in a little bit. Okay you guys, so I can already tell this is super spicy. I already took a taste of it. It's going to be really spicy, which the way I like it. So you can add whatever you want to add to it afterwards. But what I like to add is I like to add some garlic salt to it. Or you can cut up some garlic, fresh garlic, which I don't have, or else I would do. And just add some garlic salt to it. Also, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add chipotle to it. I do like chipotle. So it's going to have quite the kick. And I'm going to add Cajun to it. And like I said, you can add what you want to add to it, but I want this spicy. Also, I'm going to add, if I can find it, I am going to add cayenne pepper to it. You probably can't see that, but this is cayenne pepper. So I'm going to add cayenne pepper to it. And this is hot. So add some cayenne pepper to it. And then I might have to mix in a little bit of it as I go. But I'm going to throw this back on the stove. Let it cook down, thicken up, and I'm going to start the rice, start cutting some potatoes up, and we'll put it all together. Yeah, this is going to be really thick, extra thick this time. I made it really thick, so which is fine, but I'll show you here in a little bit. Okay, you guys, so got pretty much here what I call just a taco salad, or not a taco salad, I'm sorry, a taco or a burrito with no meat and just some rice. So let's put it all together here. Grab a spoon. So usually I just do a couple of burritos, and I just take some, I just fried up some potatoes and just put a scoop of potatoes in there. This stuff will last me for a couple of days. I have some bell pepper, just some red, some yellow and some orange. Just put that in there, and then I have some red onion. And I'll just put some red onion in there also, and I'll just go ahead and wrap it. And I'll probably do 2 of those because I'm pretty hungry, and it's 11:30 here, so I haven't had nothing for breakfast, which I usually don't. Usually I'll intermittent fast until 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock sometimes, or sometimes not even eat. So it's almost noon here now, so this will be my dinner, lunch. So, and then maybe have another tortilla tonight, or just some rice with some of the verde on top of it. So here's the chili. It came out really good. I like it really spicy, so it just depends on how you like it. So I just do 2 tortillas like that, have them wrapped, and then just grab some rice, which I made some Spanish rice. Just give me a couple of scoops of rice probably. You can make this real easy too. Maybe I'll show you how to do that. Also, some Spanish rice. I just put everything together, so I was more focusing on this because I really love this sauce, and I put this on almost everything. So I'm always at the market having them grill the chili peppers, so I can make this all the time. So anyway, so that's pretty much what it is. So then I'll just take some of this here and just put some on top of it. I like to be generous with it because I really love it. And then probably just a spoonful across the rice. And then just top it off with like a little garnish. Have some lettuce over here. Top it off with some lettuce. And some tomato. And that's lunch. Alright, you guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe, and until next time. Well, you guys, and I forgot to tell you, don't forget your bowl of fruit. So, there you go. It's a bowl of watermelon, and that makes it perfect. Alright, you guys, thanks a lot for watching.